From the second that I did Pierce Morgan, they've been trying to convince people that I had something to do with these girls. Because when I was on Pierce Morgan, I said I had 3 victims that were ready to come forward. The problem is I didn't say I had Diddy victims. I said I have 3 victims against the Carters. That's not Diddy.
Jay-Z and Beyonce are shook, for sure. Once again, I know that they are so scared of an indictment coming down. A superseding indictment with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove.
When Jaguar Wright first spoke out about Jay-Z and Diddy, many brushed her off, calling her claims outrageous. But now, her revelations are gaining serious traction. It's no longer just talk. Her statements are starting to piece together connections we never saw coming.
Everybody knew. That's why I couldn't really watch that documentary, because half of the people that was in there, I can't believe he did it. You used to go get the too. I watched you, dog. I watched y'all make these deals. Don't nobody want to talk about.
Jaguar Wright didn't just criticize Diddy and Jay-Z for their egos or industry tactics. She took it a step further, accusing them of fueling a system of manipulation, exploitation, and cover-ups that stretch far beyond music. And here's the kicker, as more voices come forward and more evidence emerges, her claims are starting to seem shockingly credible. From secret alliances to jaw-dropping betrayals, the deeper you dig, the messier it all becomes, and Jaguar might just hold the key to unraveling it.
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter. Yeah. Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened, and yet they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who.
Before Jaguar Wright's name was tied to explosive allegations, she was a powerhouse in the neo-soul scene, collaborating with some of the biggest names in the industry. But her connections with Jay-Z and Diddy weren't all about fame and fortune. Jaguar has long claimed she witnessed a darker side of the music world up close. In interviews, she's accused industry elites of exploiting artists, silencing voices, and using their power to cover up illegal activities. Her accusations weren't just casual criticism. She specifically called out figures like Diddy, accusing him of manipulating young artists and creating a toxic environment. She also suggested that Jay-Z's rise to the top wasn't as spotless as many believe, revealing that it came at the cost of other artists' careers.
Tupac died, and then there was the fight between who was the top rapper now, Nas and Jay-Z, and then the next thing you know, Nas has a nervous breakdown and he's taken out of the game, and then it's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z.
It's all Jay-Z. And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both fucked Aaliyah. They shared so much in common.
When Jaguar Wright first made these allegations, many dismissed her as bitter or simply seeking attention. But she didn't back down. She continued to speak out about the abuse of power in the music industry, shedding light on stories of substance abuse, exploitation, and manipulation, things she said weren't just common, but widely accepted. She accused record label executives and music moguls of creating environments where boundaries didn't exist, leaving young artists vulnerable and unprotected. For years, her warnings were seen as nothing more than conspiracy theories, until now.
Mogul Sean Jay-Z Carter is accused of a 13-year-old girl with Sean Diddy Combs. Jay-Z was added to an amended civil lawsuit against Combs that was filed today. The suit claims Jay-Z joined Combs the minor at an after-party following the 2000 Video Music Awards.
Rapper Jay-Z is hitting back today over an allegation he and Sean Diddy Combs a 13-year-old girl after the Video Music Awards in 2000. He says it's blackmail, but the biggest heartbreak, he says, is for his family, including his wife, Beyonce, and their eldest daughter, 12-year-old Blue Eye.
A civil lawsuit has brought Jaguar Wright's claims back into the spotlight. The lawsuit accuses Jay-Z and Diddy of committing shocking acts at an MTV afterparty in 2000. It alleges that a minor was given illegal substances and then harmed by both men. As if that wasn't enough, Diddy is also facing additional charges, including illegal human trafficking, painting a picture of systemic abuse that spans decades. These new allegations are closely aligned with the things Jaguar has been speaking out about for years.
He was selected to be the demon that he is, to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous, and everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job. He's the Judas.
Jaguar Wright's accusations, ranging from secret parties with no oversight to claims of music moguls protecting each other to maintain power, now seem to be gaining credibility with the recent lawsuit. It almost feels like a confirmation of the stories she's been sharing. So, how did Jaguar know so much, and why are her claims going viral again? Let's break it down. The lawsuit alleges that the victim was given illegal substances at a party following the MTV Awards in 2000. It paints a picture of a world where wealthy, powerful men felt untouchable, engaging in horrific acts while shielding themselves from any consequences. Diddy faces separate charges, which point to an even darker operation involving multiple victims over the years. Meanwhile, Jay-Z is pushing back hard. In a new statement, he called the allegations blackmail and extortion, arguing that if the claims were true, there should be a criminal complaint, not just a civil lawsuit. His legal team is working aggressively to discredit the accusations before they gain more attention.
Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement.
Yeah.
He has a family and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because rape in New York, and what's alleged in this complaint, is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down, and that, of course, the allegation is that Mr. Combs did the same thing. And so if those facts are actually accurate, it would require an investigation by prosecutors. And if true, right, you could pursue it criminally. Now, with respect to evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right, more than 24 years ago. But in the allegations, there's a few things. Number one, there's allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left, that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress. Number three, that she phone called her dad, who showed up, the 13-year-old, and now removed her. So civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law. But if true, it could rise to the level of criminality. And, you know, we'll see what happens or if the DA looks and investigates.
While Jay-Z fights the lawsuit in court, the public's attention is shifting online. People are revisiting Jaguar Wright's chilling words and starting to connect dots they once overlooked. As more details come to light, her voice is starting to sound less like a lonely cry and more like a warning we should have paid attention to. While Jay-Z defends himself legally, the internet is turning to Jaguar Wright's claims for answers. One commenter said, "If even a fraction of what Jaguar Wright is alleging turns out to be true, the public will never again believe the polished images celebrities put out." Another person wrote, "Jag's NDAs are null and void if criminal activity happened during that time. You can speak freely, don't let him manipulate you." A third added, "It's just getting deeper and deeper. I'm curious to see what Tony Busby's evidence is going to be. I hope he has a rock-solid case." Jaguar Wright has never been one to hold back. In her October interview with Piers Morgan, she dropped bombshell after bombshell about the music industry, specifically naming Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy. One of her most shocking claims was that 3 victims were willing to testify against the Carters.
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping
Paul?
people against their will, putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane.
Jaguar Wright has revealed that some individuals have evidence of exploitation practices and connections to the abuse of minors in the industry. She didn't hold back when describing the culture of secrecy that surrounds these allegations, painting a picture of an industry where power dynamics are used as weapons. While many dismissed her as sensationalist at the time, the resurfacing of allegations against Jay-Z and Diddy has given her words a haunting relevance. Social media has exploded with support for Jaguar, with comments like, "Jaguar Wright literally predicted this, and we owe her an apology for silencing her," flooding the internet. Suddenly, Jaguar isn't just a controversial figure, she's being hailed as a truth-teller. The public's reaction has been loud and clear. People are demanding accountability, not just for the individuals named in the lawsuit but for an entire system that has allowed this behavior to persist for decades. But Jaguar didn't stop at accusations. She's exposed a dark side of the music industry that many have refused to confront. One of her most disturbing claims centers around Diddy's parties. According to Jaguar, these weren't just wild celebrity gatherings, they were predatory events. She claimed Diddy used these parties to gather compromising evidence on other industry figures, including Jay-Z, to ensure their loyalty or silence.
Seen what they do, the ritualistic behaviors, the drugging, putting girls in the suitcases, dumping them in alleyways. It's horrifying. And it's all done under the protection of, this is going to be paid off. There's another NDA. This is going to be, it's terrible.
Jaguar Wright's insistence that these events aren't just rumors has struck a deep chord. She's even alleged that footage from these parties exists and is being kept as leverage to protect powerful figures from anyone who might step out of line. But Jaguar hasn't stopped with Diddy. She's consistently gone after Jay-Z, accusing him of being even worse than Diddy in some respects. Her claims about Jay-Z go beyond the lawsuit allegations. She's described him as someone who kept people against their will, using manipulation tactics to maintain control. She also accused him of silencing whistleblowers through intimidation and behind-the-scenes deals. Jaguar's comparison of the two men has added a whole new layer to the public conversation, with fans now questioning the lies they've believed for years. And just when you think things couldn't get any darker, Jaguar's next revelation might leave you speechless. Jaguar Wright has made it clear that she's not just exposing individuals, she's calling for a complete overhaul of the music industry. In her latest statements, she's emphasized that no victim will ever be truly safe until every enabler and complicit party is brought to light. For her, this isn't just about Diddy or Jay-Z, it's about dismantling a corrupt system. She's confidently suggested that Diddy, in particular, might be willing to expose his industry friends, revealing a deeper fear among powerful figures. According to Jaguar, these people are more afraid of each other than of public scrutiny. She believes Diddy would rather bring the whole system down than go down alone. Jaguar's warnings go even deeper, painting a chilling picture of an industry where silence and complicity are the norm. She's spoken about the extreme lengths some go to in order to protect their secrets, from payoffs and intimidation to actively suppressing the voices of victims. In her view, this isn't just a case of a few bad apples, it's a rotten tree. But Jaguar's shocking claims don't stop at Jay-Z. She's made bold accusations about multiple celebrities, including revealing a wild audio recording of Meek Mill and Diddy. In an interview with Real Life Productions, she claimed that Meek's ex, Nicki Minaj, was the one who leaked the tape and had been waiting for the right moment to release it.